Moroccan guys, Elia Ubo, so we are back. New week or new month again. This is the first quarter of the year is coming to an end. We are in the middle of the end of the first quarter of the year. So if you have any New Year resolutions by this time, it should have been implemented. Should be somewhere with your resolutions. So that aside, today's video I'm gonna touch on again something interesting as always. We trying to talk about vehicle financing. So in the past 2 years, actually, I did a video on vehicle financing where I touched on all the components of vehicle financing. So this video specifically today, we're gonna focus on balloon payment. So in the video that I did 2 years ago, I sort of like gave a high level understanding of balloon payment, but in today's video I'm gonna go like in detail of what a balloon payment is. Okay, so as I was researching for this topic specifically, I came across an interesting article which is gonna be the base for this video today. So I'm also gonna read it as we go along and stuff. Okay, so without wasting no time, let's get into it. Okay, so buying a vehicle is a major financial decision for everyone. Okay, and for many people, vehicle financing is the most practical way to afford buying a car. So most of us, we don't have the cash. We have to go to the bank and then they lend you money and then you buy your car and then you repay it monthly. Okay, so one popular option offered by the banks is the balloon payment option. Okay, so while this option can lower your monthly repayments, it's important to understand both the benefits and the risks that come with a balloon payment. Okay, what's a balloon payment? So a balloon payment is a large lump sum due at the end of your vehicle financing. Unlike traditional loans where you pay the same amount each month, interest dependent, a balloon payment allows you to make lower monthly repayments and move part of the loan amount at the end of your payment period. Okay, so as an example, if you finance a vehicle, let's say for 400,000, which is the example they gave in this article as well, is that and then maybe they give you a 20% balloon payment. Okay, so then your monthly installments will be based on the 20%, on the 80% of the 400,000, which is now the 320,000. So then the remaining 20%, which is the 80,000, you will pay that at the end of your loan term. So your final payment of your loan is gonna include now that 80,000. So let's say if you're paying 4,000 a month, your final payments on the final date is gonna be 84,000. Okay, so balloon payments are commonly offered by banks to help reduce monthly repayments, and balloon payments usually range from 10 to 30% of the loan amount. Okay, so what are the advantages and disadvantages of a balloon payment? Advantages: firstly, you have a lower monthly repayment. So let's say your monthly installment on a 300 car could be 4,000 with a balloon payment instead of 6,000. All right, so then also number two, it gives you access to more vehicles. All right, so this option allows you to afford luxury and premium vehicles that might otherwise be out of reach with the traditional financing. And then there's flexibility also incorporated in this as an advantage. At the end of the loan, you have several options, which is either to pay off the balloon payment in full or refinance the balloon payment. So refinancing is like, now this 80,000 that you have at the end of the end of your payment, you can now pay it also in like installments, right? Depending on what agreement you have with the bank. Okay, or you can trade in your car for a new one. So that's the flexibility that comes with the balloon payment. And then short-term relief. So balloon payments can be ideal for those who expect their income to rise in the future, or who plan to sell the vehicle before the balloon payment pops, before you reach your end of your your loan finance period. You are able to then sell your car, so you will not be able to pay that balloon payment. So you have that advantage of paying lower installments, lower monthly installments. Okay, and then the disadvantages. disadvantages are that there's a lump sum payment at the end of your of your loan payment. So the lump sum at the end can be difficult to manage, especially if you haven't saved up or you haven't made extra payments during the loan term. So many buyers may find this challenging, or they find it as a challenge when the time comes to settle the balloon payment. Okay, that's risk number one. And then risk number two, or disadvantage number two, is that there's a risk of negative equity. So if the car's value depreciates faster than you expect, you could owe more on the balloon payment than the worth of the vehicle. All right. Then the other risk, or third disadvantage, is that refinancing risks. So many people refinance the balloon payment into another loan, but this can lead to more debt and a longer repayment period. So refinancing is not always guaranteed. It depends on your credit worthiness. So right, so you are not likely to, it's not that always that you will be able to refinance your balloon payment. So if your credit score is a bit bad, then you find that you might they might demand the balloon payment at the end of your period. But if you have a good credit score, then you can refinance it and then pay it like in installments. And then risk number four, the last one, is that the risk of repossession. So if you are unable to pay, like with a balloon payment, if you are unable to pay it come that end of the payment period, they're unable to pay this 80,000, the bank does not even have questions. They come, load this car on the truck, take it, and they go sell it and recover their balloon payment. Okay, so the big question at the end of this article is that should you finance your vehicle with a balloon payment or not? So the answers here is both yes or no. Yes, if you need lower monthly payments, you're confident in your ability to save or earn enough to cover the balloon payment, you have financial discipline to save up, that's good. So or you plan to trade in the car before the balloon payment is due. And then no, do not get into a balloon payment arrangement if you struggle with long-term financial planning or savings. If you don't have financial discipline, don't get into into balloon payment arrangements. You want full ownership of the car at the end of the term, or the car you're buying depreciates quickly. And lastly, the balloon payment is the only way you can afford the car. So do not get into it like that. Okay, so in conclusion of this article, a balloon payment can make vehicle ownership more affordable in the short term, but they come with significant risk, and always take this risk into consideration when you enter in these arrangements. So it's important to carefully consider whether this financing option fits your financial situations and long-term goals, to ensure that this balloon does not pop on you. Okay, so we have come to the end of the article, guys. That's the article. The article was written by Max Ludwig. He's a motoring enthusiast, and he also has a YouTube channel with the name Max Ludwig _NA. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and yes, see you in the next one, and share it with somebody who might need it. I'm Ilya, and this is the Digital Library. You guys must have a great week ahead. Cheers.